Since my last video, a lot of people have asked me, Della, how are you able to balance your leadership, your business, and your personal life? How have you been able to move from just doing so little to actually doing so many things? How are you able to get productive in the midst of it? How are you able to not get overwhelmed? So, I mean, with all of the things that I mentioned in my last video, and if you have not watched that, go and watch that already. I spoke about my journey from law to education, to entrepreneurship, and then to coaching, and many of the things that I've done in my on my journey, leading from my undergraduate days up till now. And it has brought up so many questions that I'm going to be answering in this video. So the first thing that you need to know is that there's nothing like balance. Yes, I know that that shocked you, but really, there's nothing as bad as like balance. So if you do so many things, it's going to be really difficult for you to say you're trying to strike a balance. While you can be able to give your the amount of energy needed for each influence or each field that you are doing or you're involved in, it might be very difficult for you to give your 100% to each of them, which some people think is balance. So balance is like they're on a scale and then both of them are on the same. No, something is going to have to give. That's the truth. Something is going to have to give. So I say a lot of times that part of the things that are notable on my journey is that there were some things that I would let go of to have some other things. It wasn't easy, but those were the things I had to do. I had to let go of A to get B, or let go of B to get C. So there were things or places that you won't find me with or you won't find me in. You will not randomly catch me gisting. You will not randomly catch me doing the flimsiest things, right? Because time for me was super important. Even as an undergraduate, I had to do so many things: leadership, fellowship, my schooling, and then skills I was adding to myself, taking courses here and there. You will not find me just doing things or just laying around. No, time was super important. So it meant that I had to, as much as possible, create systems around me that would help me manage my time. So I would not, no, there's nothing like balance. So I knew that it was not possible for me to give my 100% to everything. At some point, it meant that I would not be able to see my friends at this particular time. Maybe we'll have to have some other time to, visit or just catch up, maybe after church or something like that. I had to create a time around it or create a system around it. And these are systems that actually work. So there's nothing like balance. You cannot give 100% to everything. So you have to find your way around it. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing my strategy or things that have really helped me to be able to, move forward on my journey and also be able to be the person that I am, do all the things that I have to do and not get overwhelmed, not get burnt out. Of course, there are times that I felt like, this is a lot, but how have I been able to overcome that? I'm going to be sharing that in this video. So stay tuned to the end. At this point, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Don't wait till the end of this video. Subscribe now, click the button below and click the notification bell so that you can get notified when I drop a new video, because I'm going to be dropping a video every week and you don't want to miss it. So stay with me. What are the tips that have helped me in balancing my personal life, my leadership, and my business? Number one is understanding that there is so much I can do. I'm Della of possibilities. I'm Della of possibilities. I can do everything I put my hands to. That's one mantra that has not left me since forever. So I always tell myself, Della, you can be wherever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. And that has kept me going, literally. So, first things first, you have to believe in yourself. And this is not me trying to aspire to Maguire. It's just me telling you what really works. So since time immemorial, when I started all the things I used to do, I always told myself, I would always gas myself up. Della, you can do so much. Della, you can be much more. Della, you can do this. Della, there's so much you can do. I would always tell myself that. And it's beyond just gassing myself up. It's getting to a point where I understand that my voice is the loudest person in my head. It's the loudest voice in my head. So before anybody tells me anything, I already know. All right? And this is not me trying to cut out or shut out of everything that anybody wants to say. No, I still take corrections. I still take suggestions. I hear people when they listen to me, right? But I'm able to still go back to internalize it and think about it. So you need to know that you have to gas yourself up. You are your own person first. Motivate yourself before you go and hear motivation from outside. So that's one thing that helps me. Number two is time management. Managing my time accurately helps me to be able to handle everything at the same time. And when people say time management, what do they mean? Because time management has become a phrase that people just use anyhow. But we need to understand, what does this entail? So time management is understanding the things that are priority to you. It's not just saying by 8 a.m. I'm going to do this, by 9 a.m. I'm going to do this. Because at the end of the day, before you know it, you have done a lot of things that don't really matter. So what is priority to you? There are times that you might need to shut down some things, leave some communities, leave some WhatsApp group chats, stop some conversations, just take a break from some friendships that are not helping you achieve your goals. So understand yourself. What are the priority to you? What are the things that are priority to you? What are the things that should come first, top 5 for you, that you need to focus on in this season? Right? It's super important that you first understand that. So if you're able to understand that, it makes it easier for you to walk within the time that you have. So think about it. Before you start your week or before you start your month, think about it. For this month, what are the top priorities? What are the things that I want to really focus on? That's going to help you to know where to put your energy in more. So it doesn't mean you're not going to put energy in the other thing, but it means you're going to streamline or limit the amount of time or the amount of effort that you put into the other things. So identify what are the things that are top priority for you. And in identifying that, you have to look at it. Is it going to church? Is it your work? Because for some people, you have like 9 to 5. So it means that your work is number 1 priority, right? Number 2 is church. Number 3 is maybe family. Or you want to put family first if you're a family person. Number 2, work. Number 3, church. Or number 2, church. Number 3, work. So think about it. Which one stands out for you first? Then maybe number 4, your business. Number 5, your, maybe if you work for somebody else or if you volunteer, right? You might want to put all of those things into your priority. So list them. Maybe even you're like your top, stick to 5. Put your limit to 5, right? Because once your list starts to get longer, it's like harder for you to focus. So this month, what are the 5 things that I really want to focus on? Right? And how do I plan to put in my time to it? So once you have set out your priority, you are now able to say, okay, on what days do I want to do this? At what time do I want to give for just this? So that sort of helps you to be able to not just manage your priority or manage your energy. It also helps you to manage the time that you put or you allocate to all of these things. So after putting out your priorities, say that, okay, what day do I want to spend doing this? What day do I want to spend doing that? So if you run a YouTube channel like me, for instance, you might want to choose a day where you're going to shoot your video, right, during the week, instead of trying to say, oh, I'm going to push it back. If your YouTube channel is like top priority for you, something that you need to do, put a time to it. So if you're going to be a leader or you're going to really take hold of your life and move within your potentials, you must have to manage your time. You must be able to manage your time, right? It's super important. So putting your priorities first, picking what day or what time do I want to spend doing this, is going to go a long way for you. We have spoken about actually like time management, right? The first thing we said is yourself, being a motivation to yourself. The second thing we said is time management. The third thing is delegating. So there are some things within the sphere of things that you do that you might not have to do it yourself. Sometimes buy time by paying people for their time or paying people for their skills to help you do the things that will take you more time to do. And that's super important. You might not have to pay monetary, but you might not have to pay monetary value, but you can give something that has that monetary value. Right? So think about it. Can I set a team for this particular thing that I do? For my business, can I get a sales girl so I don't have to be in shop all the time? For my YouTube channel, can I get a videographer to help me edit my videos? Think about it. What are the things that I should do? Or what are the things that I should do, but I can actually like delegate it to somebody else to help me do? So if you run an email newsletter, for instance, you might want to schedule your emails to get to people within a particular time. So those are things that you can even use tools to do that you don't even need actual human being to do. And that's like part of delegation. And in delegating, one thing that people really struggle with is saying that, oh, Della, how do I trust people to do the work the way I will do it? Trust me, they won't do it the way you will do it. They might even do it better. They might not do it up to standard, but if you can teach them and you can take them through it, I'm sure that they'll be better with time. And people don't like to hear that. I don't want to teach anybody. I don't want to teach anybody. Trust me, I understand you and I feel you. But you have to get to that point where you need to know that some things have to give. We mentioned it in our last video, but some things have to give. And I will mention it again in this video. Some things have to give. So you have to take enough time to be able to train the people that you want to help you. And in training them, you give them the opportunity to also have their own skills. And you give yourself more time because you cannot do any other thing. You cannot have space for other things to come in. So you have to be able to say, I know I can't do all of these things on my own or by myself. Who can I talk to? How can I tell them to help me? Can I give them the description of how I want it to be and expect that they will give me the way I have said it? They might not give it the exact same way you have said it, but I'm sure that they will give something close to it. So delegation is something that leaders have to learn. You have to learn it by hook or by crook. If not, you're going to be doing a lot of things yourself, and you're not going to like yourself, trust me, because you get overwhelmed, you get so beaten with time because you will not have time to do any other thing aside from those things that you should have given people to do for you. So why not just find somebody who can help you? Right, let them help you figure out all of these things that you think that you have to do by yourself. If it's for cooking, cook in bulk. If you have to cook for your family, cook in bulk. Refrigerate it, right? Maybe a fridge is something, or a freezer is something that you need to invest in. Get it and prepare soups or stews, that you can use within a week and refrigerate it. So anybody who wants to eat can warm it, and that you just have to maybe cook rice to it or cook spag to it. You have to learn the ropes of these things. Time management is super important. Delegating is also very important. So, these things are really intertwined, but you need to find your way around it. And that's number 3. On number 4, you have to learn to relax. Like, rest is something that is so important, but leaders fail to do. If you don't rest, you are going to work from a place of burnout. You have to understand that you have so much to do now and later in life, and you cannot afford to die. Where are you going to? You cannot afford to die. You're going to be on this earth for a very long time. So you must stand up to it. Nobody's going to do that work for you. Nobody's going to raise your children for you. Nobody's going to run a YouTube channel for you. Nobody's going to do some things for you. So you have to stay alive to actually do them. How do you stay alive? Take care of your health. Rest, relax, take some time out. Maybe even if it's just like once every quarter or once every half of the year, maybe every 6 months, you go out and you just chill. Right? Maybe one in August, one in December, with yourself alone or with your family. If you're like me, you like solo trips. Go alone, go to somewhere new, take a hotel, even if it's just 2, 3, 4 nights. On your own, just relaxing, seeing a movie, and taking a break from everything. Trust me, when you begin to create structure in your life, you're going to need time to rest. But don't wait to be burnt out. Don't wait to be overwhelmed before you rest. One thing that really helps me is rest. On some days, I'm just sitting, seeing a movie, and then somebody is texting me and saying, "Oh, Della, I know that you're so busy and all that." I wasn't even that busy. I wasn't even that busy. I'm just taking my time to soak it all in, and be fine before I can give to the world, because you cannot give what you don't have. You need to be able to work from a place of rest and not from a place of overwhelm. And until leaders start to learn this, it is going to be very hard to live purposefully. If you're going to fulfill purpose, you're going to live the very life that God has called you into, then you must rest. Rest. I'm telling you, actually rest. And when you're resting, you don't need to do anything so stressful. Sometimes the breakdown or the burnout you're having is mental. It has nothing to do with you being physically tired. But because of the way our brain works, once you're mentally burnt out, it reflects on how you look, reflects on how you do things. You start to, get very cringy. You are, all over the place and all that. So you need to be able to rest. Yeah. So the final point that I'm going to mention for leaders who are looking to balance their personal life, their leadership journey, and their business, and every other thing that they are holding on, together, is to understand that you cannot divide yourself into everywhere. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. You have to choose what is very important to you. You have to be able to say no. I think that should be the point. Be okay with saying no. Honestly, you don't have to be at every event. You don't have to be at every function. You don't have to be with everybody. You don't have to be at that hangout. You don't have to be at that program. You don't have to be at that conference. There are too many. If you have to be at every conference that's going to help you or going to change your life or is going to transform you or you're going to burn out. You don't have to be everywhere. So you have to be able to say no. Please, I have this something and I want you to be there. No. Or I have this thing, blah, 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 and I want you to please come and speak on my platform. No. So as a leader or as somebody who is looking to be a leader, you have to be able to say no. You have to be able to reject opportunities sometimes when they don't favor you. I remember in 2023, I knew there was going to be a lot of things for me, and God had told me it was going to be my Adulam year. I was going to just spend time with Him and, just be basking in His love and His grace. I told myself I wasn't going to take any speaking engagement all through the year. And even if I was going to take, it was not going to be a lot, except it was, really pressing. And I think I took just one or two. One was, for a UN function that I had to do, and two was for my school. I had to do like a publicity video, an Instagram live, which was even for myself. So, I mean, I just told myself I was blacking out of anything, invitations and all that. It's okay to say no. Trust me. They would understand. So you tell them, oh, I'm sorry, I might not be there today, but at the later time, if you're going to, have this program, I'll be ready to partner with you in the future, or I'll be glad to be on your platform in the future. Like, it's okay to say no. Stop feeling bad for saying no. Don't ignore anyways, but say no. Reply them and tell them, oh, I won't be around, I won't be there, I won't be able to make it. And I'm sure that they'll be glad that you're honest with them. So yeah, that's on that. So I hope that these tips have been able to help you as much as they have helped me. These are the strategies that I've been able to use in my life, and they have really worked. So look at it, think about it, and what are the next steps you will take? What are the things that you should be doing? What are the things that you want to take based on these tips that you have heard? Are they helpful to you? Is this something you've tried? Is there a challenge you're having, executing or implementing any of this? Let me know in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed, this is a very good time to subscribe. So go down to the subscription button there, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell to get notified when I share new videos with you. Thank you very much. Bye.